Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. Today, we're going to be talking about something that I think could be quite important over the next few days, weeks, months. I don't really know the time scale, but I thought it would be worth asking and thinking about regardless. Okay, so here is the idea, right? Let's say, just for the sake of argument, you are about to sit down with Jason Blundell and... Oh, by the way, he's the director of campaign and zombies for Black Ops 3, in case you weren't aware. You're about to sit down with the dude, and you can ask him one question. And one question only. Okay, maybe two questions, but one question is the idea. You can ask him that one question. It can be a gameplay-related question. It can be a story-related question. It can be what he had for lunch. It can be anything you like. But you have an opportunity to say one question to him, and you can sort of give him a bit of context with what you mean as well, because obviously if you're asking about, like, some long-forgotten storyline thing, like, I don't know, the Ascension loading screen image thumbnail being changed, for example, he might need a little refresher on that. So you can give him an introduction to the topic and then say, right, Jason, my one question for you is blah. If you could do that, what would you ask him, and why? I'd like you to leave a comment down below. I think that it would be very much worthwhile to see what you guys are saying, and my reasoning for this is as follows, right? Over the last sort of, I'd say maybe 6-7 months, I have had various opportunities, and they're few and far between by all means, but opportunities I have had regardless to talk to Jason. I talked to him at Gamescom, for example. Also, just before Black Ops 3 came out, it was, I believe, like 3 days before the game launched, I talked to him then as well, and we have had conversations about everything zombies, about the story, about the gameplay, about plans for the future, although obviously he didn't spoil anything, unfortunately. Well, no, actually, fortunately, I don't want spoilers. Spoilers suck, so I'm glad that he didn't, but we talked about all sorts of things in that man's head, in my head as well. I brought to the table this little blue book of all sorts of little bits of information and ideas and theories and speculation and feedback from the community, and I essentially really tried really hard to be a mouthpiece for what the community wanted. So I would say things that they did in the past that I thought and the community thought were really good. I would bring those up and say, bro, please do this again. That would be fantastic. And then I said things like, Jason, fog rolling in. What were you doing, man? Come on now. That's not okay. That ain't acceptable. Get rid of the fog. Get rid of the denizens. No more denizen sounds in your trailers, mate. None of that. We want the good old zombies stuff that we're used to. So that was the sort of thing that I might have been bringing to the table with him. This little blue book of ideas from the community. And I pulled my ideas from various people in the community from various different areas. So, for example, the high round community. It's a community that is fairly small compared to, for example, the sort of general player base, but still very much a vocal side of it, and their ideas about the game, in my opinion, are really valuable because they play the game in a completely different way to a lot of other people. They're constantly looking for the fastest spawn, or the way to get to a certain round the quickest, because obviously you need to beat the reset and avoid having your game end by just crashing or whatever. There's all these considerations they need to be thinking about constantly, like, I mean, playing with no carpenters and stuff like that. That's stuff that normal players just don't do. And the high round community really brings a lot of those ideas into focus, which is something I find fascinating, and so I fed a lot of that back to Jason Blundell. Similarly, there are people in the theory community and the story community who I've talked to and got ideas about loads of different things that we don't really have explanations for in the story that would definitely be worth reconsidering. Things like the massacre at Doriz with GKM and all of that stuff. That's hugely interesting stuff, but it's never really been expanded on in the way that I would like, in the way that a lot of other theorists would like. And so that's the sort of thing that I would bring up and have brought up with Jason, okay? So where is this going, right? Well, what I'm essentially saying here is if you had the chance, okay, to be in my shoes and to talk to Jason for a somewhat extended period of time, then you could go through loads of different topics and that would be great. You could feedback from wherever you wanted in the community, you could suggest whatever you wanted, that would be fine. But if you were under timed constraints, if you could only ask him maybe 1 or 2 things and that was it, maybe you were going out for a beer, you're sitting down, you get your pint, you're ready to chat, and then you get a phone call and someone says, oh, you've got to come really quick, I need your assistance at once, the denizens are attacking, and you're like, oh man, Jason, okay, I've got to head off. There's a disaster happening at home, some tragic accident with some 115 and, I don't know, some big bug-eyed monster from the forest has happened and now there are denizens everywhere. You've got to rush ASAP, but before you go, you down your pint and you ask him one question. What do you ask and why? Guys, please, in the comment section down below, give me your ideas. Give me your theories, because at the end of the day, if I miraculously happen to see Jason again at some point, then I can feed your ideas back. Especially if I get any more interview time with him, like I did at Gamescom. I've got like a 20-minute interview with the man. You can watch that and be like, wow, Milo's bringing up an idea that I suggested. So I would love to see your comments in the comments down below, guys. I have so many videos coming out this weekend. I have so many videos coming out this next week for Zetsubou no Shima. I'm so excited for the content I'm going to be posting. Like, I can't contain myself right now. It's going to be so good. Please also share this video with your friends. I'd love to get their ideas as well. Get a diverse range of opinions and speculation and theories and feedback and all of that good stuff, and then I can bring it to Jason Blundell if need be, or you can bring it to Jason Blundell in the future in this hypothetical scenario, and everyone is happy. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for the next week or so of content. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been MrRoflWaffles. Make sure you're subscribed for early Zetsubou no Shima gameplay, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.